Have you ever opened TikTok for just a few minutes and suddenly your entire feed is anxiety videos, signs you're traumatized, hidden depression symptoms, why you feel empty? At some point, it stops feeling random, and you start wondering, is the app reading my mind, or is something else happening? A lot of people believe TikTok shows anxiety content because they're secretly broken, but psychology and algorithm design suggest something different. Your feed isn't just reflecting your mental state, it's responding to your behavior, and once anxiety content enters your feed, it can quietly pull you into what psychologists call a mental health rabbit hole. How the algorithm learns you. TikTok doesn't need to know who you are, it watches what you do, how long you watch, where you pause, what you replay. Even slowing your scroll for 2 seconds sends a signal, this video matters. So when you watch an anxiety video longer than others, the system assumes you want more of this emotional tone, not because you're anxious, but because you stayed. Negativity bias, the brain's role. Here's where psychology enters. Humans have something called negativity bias. Your brain naturally pays more attention to emotional or threatening information. So when a video says, signs you're secretly struggling, your brain pauses. Not because you agree, but because it feels important. That pause teaches the algorithm to send more similar content, and slowly your feed starts shaping your mood. Emotional contagion effect. There's another phenomenon called emotional contagion. When you repeatedly see anxious or heavy emotional content, your brain mirrors that emotional energy. Even if you felt fine before opening the app, over time your perception changes. You start noticing anxiety more in yourself, not always because it increased, but because your attention shifted toward it. Identity formation, maybe this is me. Social media doesn't just show content, it suggests identities. When you repeatedly hear people who overthink, people who are emotionally damaged, your brain quietly asks, is this describing me? Psychologists call this self-labeling bias. The more labels you see, the more your brain searches for evidence to match them, and that deepens the rabbit hole. Why these videos perform so well? Here's something most viewers don't realize. Anxiety videos perform extremely well because they trigger 3 powerful emotions: curiosity, relief, validation. People feel seen, and when viewers feel understood, they watch longer. That's exactly what the algorithm wants, so the system naturally pushes more of that emotional style. The illusion of personalization. After a while, it feels personal, like the app knows your secrets, but most of the time, it's pattern prediction, not mind reading. The algorithm notices. You pause on introspective content, you rewatch calm talking videos, you interact with self-awareness topics, so it builds a psychological profile based on behavior patterns, and anxiety content often overlaps with deep-thinking personalities. The mental health rabbit hole. Here's where things get tricky. When your feed becomes emotionally heavy, your brain starts expecting that tone. Opening the app feels serious, reflective, sometimes overwhelming. This can create what psychologists describe as a feedback loop. You watch, our algorithm shows more, mood shifts, you watch longer. Not because you're weak, but because your attention is being trained. How to break the loop without leaving TikTok. You don't need to delete the app, but you do need to retrain the algorithm. Scroll faster past heavy videos. Interact more with neutral or uplifting content. Search intentionally instead of passively watching. Your behavior teaches the system what emotional world you want to live in. So if TikTok keeps showing you anxiety videos, it doesn't automatically mean something is wrong with you. It means your attention sent a signal, and the system responded. Your feed is less about who you are, and more about what you pause on. Because in the digital world, attention is the real language.